Hi everybody, today we're going to look at an app called Little Story Maker. Little Story Maker allows you to make simple books from your iPad. You could also do social stories for students that need them. I'm going to begin Little Story Maker by touching the icon on my screen. In order to create a new book, simply tap New Story, Add Story, and then you can add your title. I'm going to call this book Feelings. After you add your title, you can select a cover image for your book by tapping the camera, which will take you to your camera roll. For purposes of this story, I'll select my happy face, and then you just touch Use. Lastly, I can select the format that I would like my book to be in, and you see the two formats possible at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to choose the one on the left. To move on, simply tap the arrow to the right. You'll notice I went to page 1. I can tap the camera again to add a photo for page 1. Once the photo is on my page, I can also add text to my page by clicking the red text box. For purposes of this, I'm going to type, "I feel sad." To record audio on my page, I can simply tap the button, "I feel sad." And you'll notice at the bottom of my page, you see, "I feel sad." I'm going to hit playback. I feel sad. And you'll notice I have word highlights on. I can change the little tabs at the bottom of my page. Sad. Sad. Feel. To line up to where my voice is. I feel sad. Feel sad. Feel. In essence, I'm lining them up to show where I'd like each word to be highlighted. That can get a little tricky. You have to be careful with it. However, if you get it right, the words will highlight as it reads with your voice, which is a very, very nice feature. You can line up the red balls at the bottom of the screen. By tapping the red balls, you can see if you got it right. So I'm going to tap Feel right now. Feel. So it's pretty close to where I want it. Again, that's a little tricky, but it just shows you how to do so you can get the word by word highlighting at the end of it. I'm going to hit Save, and I'm going to tap Back, and I'm going to save my changes again. You don't see on your screen right now, but I see a Save Changes Yes or No. I'm going to tap Yes. And that's going to bring me back to the library page. To read your book, you simply tap the book in your library, and you have three options. You can have the book read to you, you could read the book yourself, or you can have an autoplay. I am going to select Read to Me. I feel sad. You'll notice the words highlighted as it was read because we had word highlight on. It was a lot more accurate from my end, but doing the screen sharing of my iPad does make it a little laggier, but on the iPad it was pretty accurate. The other thing you can do is tap on each word. I feel sad. And the words will be highlighted when you tap on them, and they will say what I had recorded. That is a nice feature, especially if you're working on word recognition and identification. There are a number of other features in Little Story Maker that we're not going to cover for purposes of this review, as we're just showing how you can create a simple story. There have been many reports of Little Story Maker crashing while the app is in creation mode, so make sure you save your work as you go, especially if you're working on a longer story. There has been a recent update to the app, but it does not say what the update did for the app. There are still crashes reported, so again, be very careful when creating stories. As of April 2013, Little Story Maker is free on the iTunes Store.